Hi, this is Seth Kubersky, co-author of the Unofficial Guides, and I am here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. My goal today was to give everyone a look at what the current rope drop situation is like here at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and I thought I was going to make things easy on myself by coming here on a Tuesday, which is typically one of the slower days of the week. As you can see, this feels anything but slow. I just got off of the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror and waited 50 minutes for that. And I got in the line 8 minutes after the park officially opened. So that gives you an idea of what the situation is here right now. We're right now looking at the end of the queues for Twilight Zone Tower of Terror and a rock and roller coaster. Both of them stretch all the way down Sunset Boulevard to Carthay Circle, and not the good Carthay Circle with the restaurant that they have in California, but the one that's just a gift shop. So yeah, this is, if you have read articles or seen blogs about how Disney World is completely open, empty, and there's no one here and there's no waits for the rides, those are a few months out of date. This is a typical weekday during what should be the slow season, or the off season at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Now, I will say this park is by far the worst of the four Disney parks for congestion and crowding in my experience. Animal Kingdom is still pretty quiet. Epcot is large enough that it's manageable. Magic Kingdom has enough attractions that they can pretty much handle the crowds they've got. But I'm going to be frank. I'm going to say it right up front because this is the unofficial guide and we don't mince words. Hollywood Studios is kind of a mess. Hi, John. Thanks for joining in. So I'm going to take a lap around the park, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to tell you some of my observations from this morning. The first observation is that Disney's park operating hours lie. They will tell you that this park opens at 10 a.m. That is a lie. If you get here expecting the park gates to be opening at 10 a.m., you will be so far behind the curve, you might as well not bother. I pulled off of the highway about 20 minutes till 9, and there are already people parked off the side of the road with their hazard blinkers on, waiting to drive up to the toll booth. Now, I did not pull off to the side of the road. I'm sure some of those people maybe showed up earlier and got told by security or the police that they had to turn around and keep circling. I drove right in, and I was in line for the parking toll booths by 8:45. Now, keep in mind, the park's not officially supposed to open until 10 o'clock, but I'm going to pause right here. This is what the queue looks like for Mickey and Minnie's Railway. I can't even see. Let's see if I can find a wait time. So it looks like the end of the line is around here. And the posted wait is 105 minutes. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay, so just so you know what we're doing, we're going to go through Animation Courtyard. We're going to do a big loop through Toy Story Land into Galaxy's Edge and come back around to the front of the park just to see what things are like. And I'm going to talk at you while we do that. So I'm in line for parking toll booths. By 8:45, I can see the Skyliner moving. Parking toll booths opened at about 9:01, maybe 9:09 and 90 seconds. And as soon as people were parked and getting out of their cars, there were also people getting off the Skyliner. So I assume that the Skyliner started running about the same time that the toll booth opened for parking, if not maybe a couple minutes earlier. So the good news is that once they start parking cars, it means that the gates are open and everything's ready to go. There's no such thing as a rope drop where you line up at the touch points and have to wait there. No. Once you can get out of your car, you can walk straight through. Just noting, this is an 80-minute wait for Slinky Dog, which is stretching past Walt Disney Presents. We're going to see this whole line as we walk past. And the Toy Story Mania line also comes out this way. Okay, so I am out of my car. I am through the health checkpoint and the security screening, both of which take basically no time at all. All the way into the park by around quarter after. I think about 9:18 is when I came in, and I could already see a good number of people ahead of me on Hollywood Boulevard. So when you get into the park this early, you can basically knock out one e-ticket before things start getting crazy. I made the choice to do Mickey and Minnie's Railway. I would say doing Slinky Dog would probably be about as valid an option. I think those are probably your two best choices. So when I got... Hi, Woody. So when I jumped into line this morning at 9:20 a.m., Mickey Minnie's Railway was posting a 75-minute wait. My actual wait was 30 minutes. So that is less than half of the anticipated wait. Right now it's posting 105 minutes. I then went from Mickey and Minnie's Railway to Tower of Terror. And by the time I got to Tower of Terror, the park had been open for about 8 minutes. 8 minutes into the day, Tower of Terror's line was posted at 80 minutes. The actual line was 50 minutes. So here's the pattern you're going to see. The days of being able to walk into the park and having walk-on rides for the first couple hours is completely gone. The lines are long from the very start. However, the numbers that they're posting for wait times really seem to be way overestimated. It's anywhere from 2/3 of what they say to less than half of what they say. So if they say it's a 60-minute wait, you're looking at closer to 30 or 40 minutes. An hour and a half wait, you're probably talking about closer to an hour. Now that's, I guess, great if you got in a line and it turns out to be shorter than they told you. You feel like you got something. But this is not the situation that a lot of people talked about a couple months ago about the parks just being empty and feeling like you have it all to yourself. That at Hollywood Studios, that is non-existent for sure. Ooh, you okay? So these are relatively recent. They've gotten a little more emphatic with their signage. Guests not properly wearing an approved mask will be asked to leave over the mouth and over the nose. Just so you know. It's like there's a little photo op going on here. So we're heading into Galaxy's Edge. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why are all these people showing up before the park even opens at this park when they don't seem to be doing that at the other four parks? Obviously, it's Rise of the Resistance. If you've been living under a rock on Tatooine and weren't aware, Rise of the Resistance is now dropping its boarding passes, its mandatory boarding passes, twice a day at 10 a.m. If you don't get it at 10 a.m., you get another chance at 2 p.m. So I tried for it this morning, and in the past, I've generally had good luck. I was all ready to go. I followed all the steps, all the tips. I was right on top of it. I probably hit the button less than a fraction of a second after 10 a.m. I got the join. I immediately hit, confirm, and a big red warning that they're all full. So that's a little disappointing. And now basically you're in this situation with a lot of other people who are hanging around this park, killing time until 2 o'clock for their second chance.
Clean your hands often and thoroughly. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, and maintain physical distancing. Thank you.
So Galaxy's Edge, while the other parts of the park feel pretty full, this is actually a lot more elbow room than I expected here. Basically, people don't hang around Galaxy's Edge unless they've got a Rise of the Resistance pass that they're about to use. So we are here at the back of the Falcon queue, and we're looking at a 90-minute posted wait. Again, my guess would be that's probably closer to 60. Are you all full for the day, or are you doing walk-ups?
That's for August Cantina.
Yes.
You gotta talk to one of them.
Okay, thank you. I'm guessing they are probably all full for the day. Have pretty limited capacity before the pandemic, and now it's very limited. All right. It's good to see the Falcon again. I've missed her. Unfortunately, I was a big fan of single riders because I could just hop on that with no wait and just sort of sit in the back and not even bother to press the engineer buttons because, who really cares about the engineers? The cool thing is now, as a single rider, I can finally pilot the Falcon, which is pretty awesome. The problem is that I got to wait in line with everyone else for it. So it looks like we are using a virtual wait list today for Doc Ondar's. Here's a tip. Ronto Roasters is probably one of the best quick service takeaways in the parks, but they're now closing down at 3 p.m. Rumor is that after 3, if you stop by Docking Bay 7, they can still make a Ronto wrap for you. So that's good news. I would say of all the things that came to the parks with Galaxy's Edge, it'd be a close tie between Ronto Wraps and Rise of the Resistance, which I think was the better addition. There's pretty much tie for number 1. All right, well, a couple more folks just joined us, so welcome to everyone. I am Seth Kubersky, co-author of the Unofficial Guides, and this is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. We are just walking around Batuu. One-way access only right now for the Black Spire Marketplace. So if you want to do some shopping at the Toydarian, you're going to have to hang out in this queue because they are monitoring capacity in there. Those are some pretty cute Yoda shirts. Oh, this is tragic. The Dianoga is not home. This is usually where you can see the Dianoga floating in the fountains, but maybe he seems to have social distanced himself from the park. That's too bad. Yeah, so you can see this queue. If you want to do any shopping, you gotta wait in that. So we're gonna move along. Oh, and if you are looking for a place to remove your mask, they've added They've got one here in Batu, right outside of the marketplace. Nice little breeze and some shade for a second. Hoping to see a Wookiee wandering around. No such luck right now. So let's take a look and see what boarding group Rise of the Resistance is up to today. Ooh, we are still only boarding groups 1 through 17. Well, I would have to look at the numbers to know how that compares. Considering that the park has been now open well over an hour, we'll see how many they can get through today. It tells me that my odds of getting myself a boarding pass at the 2 o'clock drop are probably not great. I'm just going to duck in here to the Muppet Courtyard. And if there's an hour wait for Muppets, I'm just done. Wow, yes. Extended outdoor queue is at least partially in use. 30-minute posted wait from the Muppets. So I guess that's a cycle and a half. Whew. Yeah. It's gonna be a long day. Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Baselines, tables are full of people enjoying a cold brew already. I'm kind of jealous. Yeah, there's a wait time board right here. Let's take a quick look and see what the posted wait times are around the park right now. $75 minutes for Millennium Falcon, 30 for Muppets, 105 for Mickey and Minnie, 65 for Rock and Roller, 70 for Tower of Terror. Whew. Yes. So those are the kind of wait times that we used to see on a busy summer day. Now, don't confuse wait times with capacity. There are still only about half as many people as would normally be here on an average attendance day. And that's only about 25% of the people who are here on a peak day. So this is definitely still not peak attendance or maximum capacity. Nowhere close to it. But when you factor in the social distancing and the number of attractions that are not open and sucking up guests, here at Disney's Hollywood Studios, where you can count every ride on 2 hands, even if you're missing a couple fingers, is not a park built for social distancing. Without shows, without entertainment to suck things up, to suck the crowds out of the streets and out of the ride queues. It's pretty ugly. Now, when you do have, it needs to be something that people want to see. Unfortunately, I really love this Mickey and Minnie shorts, but it seems to be, 10-minute wait. Seems to be pretty much abandoned. So, boy, that'll be a good place to cool off for a little bit. I'm gonna have to hit that. But yeah, I mean, look, this whole Echo Lake, there's no Indiana Jones show. Frozen show has come back, however. And we're gonna end up this little lap by checking out the wait time or the crowds for the show time at the Frozen show. Incidentally, the only two things at Hollywood Studios right now using union Actors Equity performers are the Frozen show and the Savi's Lightsaber Workshop inside Galaxy's Edge. Anything else using union performers is not back in business. But, small steps is good to see. At least something coming back. So we've got an 11:30 is the next show here. All right, well, I'm going to sign off here. You can follow along on our Twitter. I'll be posting some more of my adventures today. Fingers crossed that I can get that 2 o'clock Rise of the Resistance pass. Otherwise, this just gives you a sense of what you should be prepared for if you are coming to Hollywood Studios. So really, with the inconsistency of the posted waits, it's really hard to come up with a good rope drop touring plan. Like I said this morning, I thought I was doing good by being there before the toll booths even opened, being one of the first people to park. But other than getting to ride Mickey and Minnie's Railway with only a half-hour wait, it really didn't help me a lot. So we'll see what happens later today. All right. Hope you have a great day. I hope you all have a great day, and check back in with me later. I'm Seth Kubersky, co-author of the Unofficial Guides, and this is Hollywood Studios. Thanks.